Welcome back to Kope. Today we're doing another predictions video. Today we're talking NBA awards. Hey, Lonzo Ball's back, and so are we.
Yes, thank the Lord.
Yeah, I think I think we start off with just. I mean, they're starting off, and so are we. I think we should start off with the Rookie of the Year.
Okay, we can start rookie of the year.
Um, so you want to go first? Take the floor.
Okay, yeah. So my official prediction for who it is going to be is Stephon Castle. Uh, I
What?
think that the Spurs are gonna have a pretty significant jump from last year. I just feel like that's impending.
Do you think
I
he's
feel like
starting?
I I don't know. Uh, I haven't really seen too much of him, obviously. Is he
Mhm.
like considered to be a one or a two?
He probably both, but regardless, I don't think he would start over Devin Vassell or Chris Paul.
Nevertheless, well, he could honestly play one though, because I've seen him
Yeah, but
make
he's
some
still not
pretty
going to start
tough
over Chris
passes.
Paul. And I think he's going to be a
How much,
one,
how many minutes do you think Chris Paul is really gonna get this year though?
probably 30.
Still 30. There's a lot of minutes to go around,
Yeah,
man.
no, I know, but they also have like Trey Jones on the roster.
I
They have
just
a
feel
lot of good
like
guards.
I feel like they're gonna have a major step up, and I feel like that's just gonna result in everybody around Wemby like having pretty good stats, looking better than maybe even they really are.
Yeah.
But Stephon Castle, I think, is real. Like he
I
looks
get your I
good.
get your I get your point, but I think with rookie of the year, it almost always goes to someone who's gonna get guaranteed a lot of minutes because your percentages don't even matter as a rookie for this award. Like they just want to see you put up stats.
So who's your prediction?
I'm going Alex R. I think he's guaranteed starting. He's guaranteed getting a lot of touches. The Wizards have no direction outside of him. So I feel like if he's not getting like my top three guys are all guys I think that are just going to get a lot of touches, basically. I
Right.
feel like that's the biggest factor for Rookie of the Year, at least.
I I mean, ironically, for some reason, like when really making my list, I didn't even really consider Sar or Risashe
The
just
top two
because
picks.
yeah, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Sar I do think probably will have pretty good just
The,
counting numbers just
I just
based on
genuinely,
being
I
on the
assume he'll
Wizards.
be on the court enough for him to grab 9 rebounds a game. And
Right.
I think
Right.
14 and 9, maybe a block. That's going to get you Rookie of the Year this year.
I feel like they may factor in the Spurs. I don't want to
When
make a
do they ever
prediction,
for
but I'll
Rookie,
say
though?
like if the Spurs win like 39 games, I don't know. I feel like people are gonna be thinking really highly about all those players for some and that might
Yeah, I just doubt
influence.
that a rookie will go to someone who's not at least a starter. Unless
So
they're,
do you have any backups?
I
Any
have,
other people you think will be in the race?
I think Matas, Buzelis,
Hmm.
he's so tough. I think he's going to be really good. Depending on what the Bulls' direction is, he could get a lot of minutes. I think he should get a lot of minutes if he, like, I think you have to step in that direction. I also wrote
Yeah.
down Reed Shepard just because he looks like the best player in the draft right now.
Yeah,
Like,
and I saw the in the GM survey, that's what all the GMs think is he's
oh,
gonna
for
win.
real. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
He's cold as fuck. And Ron Holland, I feel like I only had him. I had him before the free agent signings even, and I feel like Tobias might take some of his minutes, but I hope he still gets at least 25, 28.
Hmm.
And then I had Reese Sachet at my five because he's really good. He is really good.
I really honestly have seen maybe a quarter of basketball from him.
Oh,
And
okay.
so
I
I
mean,
really
he
don't
he
know.
looks more polished than I thought he was going to be.
Okay. I also did have written down Zach Edey though,
Okay,
because
that's fair.
I also think that the Grizzlies are going to have a jump as well. And if he
Mhm.
can like solidify a starting center spot on like a good team, I think
Yeah,
they might value that a lot.
I wonder if he will start.
Who is their starting center now?
Jaron.
Well, see, I feel like they don't want that though.
No one wants that. He's the worst rebounding center of all time.
Yeah, so who else is even on the team?
Brandon Clark, also a guy who I think is better at four anyway, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
See,
they don't.
they need a big body, bro. And if Zach Edey can
Mhm.
just be there,
Yeah, no, I'm not
like,
saying he's not going to start, but I just don't know if he will because he's a rookie and he's like, I mean, he does look good. I've seen clips of him. I can't say I've watched a lot of him, but he
mhm,
looks fine in his clips. I don't know,
yeah. So your official is Sar, my official is Stephon Castle.
and I'm happy about it.
I like it. Let's move on to let's go DPOY.
Okay, I was going to say that too. I feel like we got the same one guaranteed.
Wemby.
Yeah, there's no way it's not Wemby. He's
I
just
think it's gonna
insane.
be Wemby.
There's no bro. He's gonna average like 5 steals and 2 blocks, or 5 steals and 5 blocks, or something.
Yeah. I mean, as much as like I was just saying, I think the Spurs are gonna be crazy, and it's gonna be because of him. Like
Yeah,
obviously,
I
like
mean,
he's
yeah.
gonna be. I feel like he's gonna have insane defensive numbers.
I don't want to sound like too crazy of like a glazed god right now, but he could in the future in his prime, he could average a 5 by 5. Like if he wanted to and he played like
A
36.
5 by 5 for a
Bro,
season would be like,
but did you see what he did in
oh,
his rookie season? He averaged like 3.7 and like 2. As a rookie, he doesn't even like know what he's doing for real
that
yet.
that's pretty crazy.
Like imagine in 5 years when he like knows all the other players, he's still working hard. Like he could get close, is what I'm saying. I think it's
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I feel like he's gonna run away with this award. I'm not gonna lie. I
for
do
like
have
10
written
years
down
straight.
Bam.
I don't see him losing this award for.
I have written down Bam just because I want Bam to get one.
Yeah, I have him too. I feel like he should have had one by now,
Yeah.
but like I can see why he hasn't. I put Gobert under him too, just because
You kind of have to.
he
He's
deserves
gonna
it.
be
I
in the
don't care what
race.
people say. You can hate him, but he's a good defender.
Yeah, he's been the best for a while.
You got you got any more names on yours?
No, I feel like it really comes down to those three.
Yeah,
I
I've
bet the
added.
sickos might throw like Jaren on there too. But
I put Chet, of course, and I put
oh, Chet,
Herb,
true.
Herb Jones.
If a perimeter player is gonna win it, it's gonna be Herb
Mhm.
Jones. That's for damn
Well,
sure.
I put Chet specifically because I think we could have the number one defense in OKC, and I don't think he's our best defender, but I feel like it's just a big man award to win every year. Like obviously our
Yeah,
best defender is going to be Caruso, but I think Chet gets enough blocks to where like his name would be on that ballot,
yeah. No, I could totally see that happening.
dude. OKC's defense looks so scary this year.
OKC looks
Yeah.
terrifying.
I say
Happy
we hop in.
October.
I say we hop in a 6 man.
Okay, six man. I want to hear yours first.
I got Russell Westbrook because
Russ, really?
the Nuggets bench is not deep at all. I assume Jamal Murray is very capable of playing the two. They're gonna probably play together a lot. Him and Jokic, like I don't like Jokic, but I know he's gonna find Russ cutting. Like I know he will, and like he could easily average like 14, 5, and 7 or something. Like because I think he might get 28 plus minutes off the bench because like their other guards is Strother and Braun. And like if Murray's having a bad game and Russ isn't, like I just feel like a lot of those guard minutes are gonna be his.
Russ definitely crossed my mind. I'm just not sold on how much he's really going to affect the team. I really do not like the fit of him on this Nuggets team. I'm not gonna lie, just
Wait,
because he can't shoot, and the Nuggets like already really aren't a team that really relies on their 3-point shooting. You know,
I feel like they just rely on making plays. Like they're a play heavy team.
I just
And
feel
I
like,
feel like
man, I just
he's
feel like Russ might be kind of clunky here.
I mean maybe, but if you put him on a lineup where it's him, Jamal, MPJ, Aaron Gordon, and Jokic, he's gonna dish out to one of like all those guys can shoot except Aaron Gordon.
You're right. You're right.
Like I think if it's that lineup, like he's lethal because he'll drive. if no one collapses, he'll take you to the paint. If you collapse, he'll pass out to any of those shooters.
I can see a world where it for sure works. I guess it depends on how much he really has the ball. And Jamal Murray's out to start the season, correct?
Oh, I don't know, but
I, I
that
believe
actually
that
makes
might be true, and if that is true, which I really don't know for sure, but
that'll just inflate Russ's numbers
yeah, that could give him well, and just give him a chance to be like the lead ball handler
just
on
for
the
a little.
team, just kind of feel everybody out.
But hopefully, he doesn't start too many games, or else he won't win 6 minutes each.
It's true. And
So
actually, same goes for my guy, unfortunately, because I don't think this guy will be a six man to start, but I'm hoping that he is to end, and that's Bradley Beal.
oh,
I think that the Suns have to bite the bullet and
I think,
bring
dude,
him off the bench, unfortunately.
I just hate his fit on that team completely.
See, I do, but I don't at the same time because I think that I mean the amount of offense that they potentially could generate every single day is like insane. They have three of the best scorers of the past decade on the team. And like I just feel like if Bradley Beal like can fully just commit to being like just a like all he has to do is get buckets, which we know that he loves to do. If
But
he just
like,
gets buckets off the bench, like I feel like it could be perfect. Like
I don't know. I
just
just
the
don't.
rotations that they could run where you don't have to have Katie and Book on the floor at all times. It's like I
Yeah,
think
but
it
I
could be
want Devin
beautiful.
Booker on the. If in a perfect world, Devin Booker plays 48 minutes a game because he might be my favorite basketball player to watch, other than Paul
Devin
George.
Booker's very smooth and yeah, I want to see that too. And it sucks because Bradley Beal, no matter what, a majority of the minutes are going to be with KD and Book, obviously, because
I mean,
you
yeah,
can't sit them half the game.
yeah.
So I just feel like if they do that though, and it's like every first quarter at the end, or every like start of the second quarter and every end of the third quarter, you just have a lineup out there with just Bradley Beal and whoever. Like
Ryan
that's
Dunn,
the best. That would be the best
Ryan
bench player
Dunn.
in the league by far, like without a doubt.
You want me to check out some other names?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Naz Reid, obviously.
I see. I don't know. I feel like he's
He's
gonna
gonna get
earn the
even
starting
more
spot.
minutes than last year.
Yeah, he's gonna earn the starting spot.
You think over Randall or
I feel like Randall is not
I
gonna
think
be there. He's either not gonna be there or he's not gonna be. I don't know, dude. They're gonna pull some shit where like they have him injured or something, so that they don't
I,
have to play him.
I think they like it's kind of like one of those scenarios where he's good enough, but he just is a six man, like a Lou Will. Like I think he's the big man
Man,
Lou.
Nas Reed is so much better than Lou Will, though.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but I think they just like him in that six man role.
They do not. I don't believe that. I think
Maybe I mean
they
maybe
want him to start, dude. It's literally. I feel like
I
he's
mean
ready.
yeah, they did give him money, so maybe yeah, maybe they do want to start him. But I just feel like if they don't trade Randall, just I don't. I just feel like they're not going to put Randall off the bench.
I just feel like if I was the GM of the Timberwolves and I saw that on my roster I have Julius Randle and Nas Reed, and like if I wasn't thinking Nas Reed is gonna be like he has to have a future starting spot, like you'd be crazy. I feel like
I mean,
that
yeah,
has to be the goal.
I feel like you have to put his name down because right now he is the sixth man,
It's true. Maybe it won't happen this year. It's
and I feel
totally
like
viable.
yeah, no, I think he is really good, like definitely a starter. But I just feel like I just feel like he's going to be a six man. But I could be wrong. I also wrote down Malik Monk. I feel like he's always it's just
Malik
his
Monk,
value.
yeah,
I
potentially.
chucked down Bobby P.
My only pushback on Malik Monk is that adding tomorrow, you might. I feel like their offense is going to get even better, and there might just be a little bit less shots from Malik Monk. But
Yeah, but I feel like it might just make him more efficient. I
this
feel
is
like
true.
when Malik Monk's on the court, he is going to get 15, or at least he's going to put up five, six, 7 shots at least.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I mean, he's also third. Like, I don't think he's going to win it. I of course shut down Bobby P.
Bobby
Um,
P.
with Brooke getting older, well, Bobby's just gonna
See,
get
that's
more.
another situation I could see Bobby being the more full-time starter. And
Yeah.
I've always liked the fit more as well.
Well, yeah, because I feel like he's just I don't know. I feel like him and Brooke are actually decently similar skill wise.
They're similar, it's just that Bobby just is
He's
more
better.
electric. Like he
He's
just is
better
more
now.
mobile.
He's just better now.
He's better, but it comes down really to the fact, or as far as fitting on the Bucks, it's just like Bobby just has quicker reflexes. Like
I
Brook
like
Lopez is
Bobby with
slow.
I like Bobby with Giannis more, but I like Brooke with Dame more, I think.
I might go vice versa, I won't lie.
Oh,
Because I like Brook's body next to Giannis because he's just like he's able to just be a force in the middle for Giannis to roam. Whereas Bobby doesn't really bring that much like interior defense, but he's not a negative defender by any means.
well, yeah, but that's why
I
I like
love
him
Bobby
next to
Portis. Bobby
Giannis,
Portis is probably my favorite player in the league, I won't lie. But
and that's a fair take.
I also had written down Cole Anthony. I think that the Magic, obviously, they're a pretty defensive oriented team, and I
Yeah,
think
I'm
that
high
if
on the
they
Magic
got a
too.
step up from Cole Anthony off the bench and just in terms of points, I mean, I just feel like that could really benefit them.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. I don't know who their guard rotation is going to be. They just have so much clunkiness there. League expansion,
Well, you
please.
got Suggs, you got
Expansion,
KCP
please.
now. I feel
Yeah,
like Cole is the backup guard, man. Like
yeah,
and
probably.
he's a bucket getter, dude. He's so good.
Mhm.
I feel like he could really take that step.
His rookie my team card was cold as hell. Fun fact.
Yeah,
I also just kind of put down like the whole Thunder team, whoever out of the top six decides to come off the bench, like because it could be either Lou Dort, Caruso, or Hardenstein,
totally
and,
true.
and any of them could win six man of the year because they're all starter caliber players.
Yeah, I kind of disagree though. I think Hartenstein could, even though it doesn't really go to big men too often.
Yeah.
But actually, I don't. I disagree with all of those. I won't lie.
Why?
Because when's the last time that a defensive six man of the year has ever happened? Which
But
would be Lou Dort or Caruso, you
I
know?
think you're sleeping on Lou Dort actually has like an 80 shot tendency. Like like when he comes into the game, he is looking to fire. And if he's off the bench, I could still see him averaging like 12 plus amazing defense. Like,
Well, how much did he average last year?
I have no idea. Probably less than 12, to be honest. Nah, I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
I've just always thought of him as very defensive oriented, and
oh,
that's
yeah, he
kind
is.
of
He is
weird to
definitely
him.
like defender first, but like he's got the ability to get buckets.
Okay, okay, then I like that.
But like, I just feel like with how good all those players are, there's just a good chance they give it to him. But it's also my fifth slot. Like, I don't think any of them are gonna win, but I think they'll get a mention.
Uh, so your official prediction though was who?
Westbrook.
Westbrook. Mine's Bradley Beal. Okay.
Uh,
What do you want to do?
MIP.
MIP. Okay.
I feel like we got to end with MVP.
This is probably the award that I'm the least confident in, but that makes sense. You
Yeah,
never really
same.
know who's gonna
Same.
win this.
I have some fun names written down, but I think this is the one award where I let personal bias completely take over
Me as well. Actually,
because like you're never gonna
this is
know.
who you want to
Yeah,
take the step, you know?
I'm gonna hop right back on our Spurs bandwagon for my winner. I think Devin Vassell has it in him
Ooh.
because as much as we think Wemby's gonna benefit from Chris Paul, why would Vassell not? I feel like Chris Paul always finds shooters. He's the best shooter. He moves off ball. He plays good defense. I think with the Spurs getting wins, he'll get more recognized, and I feel like he'll be right there.
I like that. I actually really like that.
We're a Spurs fan page, I think.
That seems like that's what we're turning into. And man, okay. I mean, I'll just get this out of the way because I do have a Spurs player. This is not my official prediction, but uh, and I'm not even gonna try to say it. I think Mamu
Sandro Mamamukashvili?
Oh, you know how to say it.
I
He
think
has the
so.
potential. I think he could actually legit take a step. Him net like he's always been a good shooter, and I only know this because he used to be on the Bucks.
Yeah.
And but like we just never played him ever.
I've seen him a lot on the herd.
Yeah, just garbage time or herd games. And
Oh, he
I've
got real
always
minutes
loved
on the
him.
herd.
But him next to Wemby, I mean, I just feel like that could be an amazing fit because he's still a big body.
Hmm.
And like he puts in effort on defense and like he is strong.
I
But he
oh,
can also space the floor and I just feel like it would be perfect and I could see him getting a ton of minutes. I think he's only like 25. So,
yeah, he's 25, I'm pretty sure. I also agree because I am not a fan of Sochan.
uh-huh.
I'm Do you like him? Because I don't at all.
I'm kind of neutral.
I just don't. I think he's fine, but like he's just not good enough. I'm pulling up the Spurs roster because I just wanted to see the depth comparison for Mamu, like who's going to be taking his potential minutes.
Okay.
Zach Collins, get him out the league for
Zach Collins, yeah.
sure. Harrison Barnes is there now, so that's always an issue. Keldon Johnson, uh, Charles Bassey. So he has like kind of a good competition pool.
Yeah, he
So
does.
you'd have to Pop would need to just like have a lot of confidence in him.
I mean, I remember watching the Thanalysis podcast and Mamu was on there and he seems like a real stand-up guy, so I feel like
Yeah.
Greg's gonna love him.
No, he's I mean he's been on the team. This
Yeah, he
is
was there all last year, I know, but and then
um
I don't know. I don't know.
who's
It's
your
gonna
actual
be
MIP then?
my actual MIP is Jaden McDaniels.
Okay. Yeah.
Would
I
you
hope
believe it? This is Jaden McDaniels' fifth year.
yeah. I was gonna say that.
I,
Yeah.
I
Did you
can't
think
believe
he's
he
been
hasn't
open?
taken the leap yet. I won't lie. I mean, I'm sitting here. I've been waiting here for 4 years, waiting for this
Yeah,
shit to
you're
happen.
you're a Jaden McDaniels super fan.
I and I do think it still is gonna happen. I mean,
Yeah.
he's already proven his worth defensively.
He could he
Uh,
could get some shots up
and
this
now
season.
without Cat too, it's like, yeah. I mean, I feel like his shot diet is just gonna increase. You know,
Hopefully. I mean, I'd love to see him. I hope I don't know what their rotation's gonna look like at all now though with Dante. Like I hate that trade more. The more and more I see it, I hate it.
I, dude, Dante has been looking crazy, bro.
Yeah, but like
Been looking good.
where do you put him? Do you start him at the
Yes,
one?
dude, you move Ant to the one
Oh,
because
Ant's playing point?
he should have the ball no matter what. So just make him the one. You know.
I guess. That's just a really clunky playmaking lineup. Julius Randle actually is a good playmaker. Like if he is in,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't.
not like Dante's an idiot. Like he can
Yeah, no,
pass.
no, I'm not saying he's an idiot, but
No, no, I
like
know you're not, but
Mike Conley is just. I feel like he made that team pretty stellar,
right. And
and I
I'm
feel
sure
like
they'll probably fluctuate the starting lineup at least for the first like month or so.
I hope so. I hope so.
Those are my only MIP candidates, though.
Okay, I got four other names.
Okay,
Um, Josh Giddey. I think I think you give him the reins to that team, which I don't know if they will, but I could see him getting the Bulls seem to love him. I won't lie. Like from social media, like the Bulls and his teammates seem to love him.
really.
And honestly, I think if he can get over this hump of like just being a bad shooter, I think he's very much in contention for MIP.
I mean, he's gonna be able to have the ball. That's for damn sure.
Hopefully. I mean, you got a lot of contention now with their guard spots because Hanzo Levine's back wherever he plays, 2-3.
Kobe.
Kobe White,
Yeah, that's true.
what's there's definitely more too. Uh, uh
Io.
yeah. I do they have what's his name? Uh, Jade? Nah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Next person I have is Isaac Okoro. I want him to start at the three. I want him to score efficiently, and I want him to lock down every team's best wing. That's what I need him to do. That's how he'll win MIP.
So wait, when did the Donovan Mitchell trade happen?
Loki
Was
a
that
while
the?
ago, like 21 maybe.
It was during the season though, right? During the season 2 years ago.
I don't even remember who it was for.
Nevertheless, ever since that shit
Ari?
happened, everyone's just been saying, "Oh, if Isaac Okoro can just be like an average NBA player running the three, like this starting lineup is like the best ever."
Yeah.
And it just hasn't happened, and I've just
Okay,
lost
but
faith in Isaac
also I
Okoro.
blame Mobley for still not being able to generate any offense because it's not, and also Darius Garland took a step back last year. Like I don't think we can just blame Isaac Okoro because they didn't even start him last year a lot.
I wonder why, man.
Okay, he was
I'm not
inefficient.
trying to be an Isaac Okoro hater here, though. I'll
You know I'm
chill.
a big fan of him. I got the sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's
I'm an
true.
Isaac Okoro fan. I need him to pull through. Auburn legend.
Okay, I'm rooting for him. I'm for sure.
I'll check out another name. Shout out Bones
That's a fun one. That's a real
because
fun one.
I mean, why not play him? He's what 24.
Yeah.
Uh, your team's trash. You're
Dude,
not
that could be a
making.
low-key six-man candidate as well.
Yeah, I don't think he's win. I don't think the Clippers are even making the plan. Now
Whoa.
they'll
Okay.
make the plan. No, I actually don't think they will.
It really just depends on health. Like,
Yeah, and Kawhi's out for at least a few weeks. So,
yeah.
uh, my last name is TJD, big man on the Warriors, Trace Jackson Davis. Uh,
Hmm.
I don't know if you know anything about him,
Isn't he
but
a sophomore?
I think it's his second. Yeah, I think it's his second year.
Yeah.
You don't like second year
Don't give
MVPs?
it to a sophomore. That's yeah.
But like I feel like he was not like no one was like, "Oh, he's such a good rookie." And I feel like in
It's
fact,
just the precedent. Like, you only have 1 year, you
I
know?
mean, I guess, but I feel like they give it to second years all the time. Like I'm pretty sure
They shouldn't.
Wemby is literally like the front runner right now, which is a stupid thing
If
to say.
Wemby wins MIP, that's the stupidest shit
It
I've ever
is the
heard.
stupidest shit. And with that being said, let's move on to clutch player of the year.
Clutch player of the year. I only have one name because it's really hard to gauge this
I
one.
have one name I believe in,
Yeah, I
but
do have reasoning. Do you want to go first or me?
you can go first this time. I want to hear yours.
Okay. Uh, so I'll just say my clutch player of the year is Cade. Cade
Cade
Cunningham.
Cunningham?
I think that the Pistons. So I'm fairly high on the Pistons. I won't lie, and I was like last year as well, stupidly.
They were
But
horrible.
I just feel like the Pistons are not gonna jump up crazy or anything. We know this. But I do think that they will be, if not significantly, uh, uh they'll be a good margin better than they were last year. And I think that that will result in them winning games, but they're not gonna win games like they're not gonna blow people out, you know? Like they're
Mhm.
gonna win these close, like gritty games. And I think that that's gonna give Cade the most opportunity to have those clutch shots, you know? So that's really my only reasoning.
I get your point, and I can kind of like I can understand where you're coming from, but they're still the Pistons, and I don't think they're gonna win enough games for them to want to give any of them people a major award.
Right.
That's my argument against that. For that reason, I did go SGA because I don't know if we'll be in as many close games, but final 2 minutes, there's only one guy on this team that gets the ball.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to win a lot of these games, whether they be close or far. But if he can hit a couple game winners as he did last year, like he's just on that list.
It's a good pick.
The only problem is if we win games by too much.
Yeah, and there's just no clutch opportunity.
Yeah, but I also feel like the teams in the NBA are so damn good that there's going to be a lot of close games.
Hmm.
Do you just want me to rattle off the other four names I got?
Yeah, yeah. Let
It's
me know.
Curry, Dame, Maxey, and Trey. It's just
All
your
point
stand.
guard list, by the way.
Yeah, because I feel like in most teams, if your point guard is your best player, they get the ball. Or if they're one of your best players, they're getting the ball at the end of the game.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like Maxi is one of those guys with high availability, and we've seen him hit clutch shots. And Embiid is notoriously not clutch, but I just feel like Maxi's growth as a player is good enough for him to be on this list.
I
And I
like
think
that.
the other ones were all just obvious, like they're a shooter, give them the ball at the end.
Yeah.
We want to talk about them coaches.
We can go coaches as well.
I
Yeah.
mean, my coach of the year, I think, is really obvious.
I think I have the same one as you.
Mark Daigneault
That's right.
of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I mean, yeah, they're going to be the one seed, and he's going to win Coach of the Year.
Yeah. I can give you my other names, but I think it's futile. I think
I mean,
Mark,
who do you think would be the runner-up?
Joe Mazzulla, Boston.
Okay, yeah,
They're going to win a lot of games. I threw in Nick Nurse of Philly because I think if they can be healthy, they can be one of the best teams in the league. But with PG out for a little bit, Joel's probably going to miss time. Jared McCain just went to the hospital. It's not looking good so far, but I still think if health prevails, Nick Nurse is a good choice.
yeah.
I also wrote down Minnesota, Chris Finch. I also wrote that when they still had Cat, but I still think they'll be a good team.
Mm,
And then my final one was Willie G out in New Orleans. I think they could make a nice push into the top of the West, but those are my coaches.
okay,
MVP time?
let's do it.
Let's get yours first.
So, my official prediction for who it's going to be is Luca.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's going to be a Luca year, in part because I'm sure that you have Shea. I'll just spoil it for everyone. I don't. It just does not sit. It sits crazy with me to think that Shea is going to have an MVP before Luca does, and I just don't think. I feel like this is the year for Shea to get one in the league's mind.
You
So
mean Luca?
that's why I'm guessing him.
You said Shea.
This is the year for them to give Luca the award.
Yeah.
Pardon
I,
me.
I see what you mean, but if this OKC team comes out and wins 67, 70 games, like you can't not give it to Shea.
Right? No, he's on my list too because he's totally capable of it.
I mean, yeah, Luca's my number two because
Uh,
if we win less than 60 games, it's going to Luca. But if we win 65 plus, I think it's coming to Shea. I think that's all that matters.
that might be true. That might be
Like
true.
I think his MVP is based on team success.
Yeah, yeah.
You got any other names you want to shout out?
I do. I have one more, and I honestly, I I don't think that it will come down to anybody but these three people, and that is Luka Shea and then Giannis.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
mean,
think Giannis could like man, if there's
man,
a year for it to happen,
he
like
needs to do
let's
it
bring
now.
it
Like,
back. I mean, he
yeah,
arguably had his best season last year. Like he was dominant.
yeah. I just want him to be a freak again.
Yeah, well, he's still a freak. He never wasn't a freak. Everybody just forgot that he's a freak for some
It's
reason.
just because he got injured. Like, if you're not in the playoffs, people forget about you.
That's totally true. Two playoffs in a row is kind of people are bound to not remember
Yeah,
how freaky you really are. But
freaky deaky
I
ass
just
man.
feel like it could totally happen. And again, I honestly don't think that anybody else nobody else is going to win this award, but one of these three people.
Yeah, I mean, I threw Jokic on my list for fourth
There's
because,
no way.
well, yeah, no, I don't think he will, but I think he's gonna be in the top five voting because he always will.
Totally, totally. You're right.
And then I have a dark horse.
Who's that?
Um, it is Paolo because
Whoa.
I don't think he'll win it, but like I think he'll be at least top seven in voting because I feel like if there's a guy who's about to come in and be like the next like, oh yeah, I'm about to be a top five player, give me Paolo.
I
Like
totally like that. I like that a lot.
I think it might be a little early, but I also think like he's got his best supporting cast right now, probably. He's got he's good he has complete control of the team. He's coming off of just like a decent season, but I think like if someone's gonna step up into that MVP, like he could be like that like 2 years ago, Shea. Like where he's
Yeah,
not gonna win it, but like now we recognize him as a top 10, 15 guy.
I totally like that, and I like that you kind of just use this to give some Paolo praise here for
I
the
love
MVP
Paolo Brain.
voting. I,
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, Magic might be my favorite team outside of my real favorite team. You know, like they're geared around Paolo to
Hmm.
like just have production. That obviously they have insane defense around them. It's like Paolo totally could take a massive leap in the
And I
public
think
eye.
we also have to like the only reason I think he probably won't is because the East, like I feel like it's hard to get into that top five, but they're the team that will get into that top five first. Because
Yeah,
like the top five right now is always going to be the Celtics, Sixers, Knicks, Cavs, and Bucks. Like those are your five to beat, and I think they could totally steal. Like they're totally going to steal some games from some of those teams.
100%.
I love Philly, but like if Paul George is out, I could see Paolo coming in and torching the ass. Like
Yeah,
I hope he beats the Celtics. Just kill him. But no, I think Shea or Luka is pretty much a lock for MVP.
yeah. I feel like Luca is a lock. I feel like this is like I feel like I don't know. It sucks that I feel like this is the case, but I just feel like they've already decided like this is Luca's year now.
I think it totally depends on their win totals. Because
Right. Yeah.
I my genuine prediction, I had them at 49 wins, and I had OKC at 68. So like
49?
I I think the West is so close. There's so like I tried to make it so like the amount of wins and losses actually matched. But when I do that, like when you look at how deep the West is, it's so hard to find where like where you're taking wins from for like these 3, 4, 5, 6 seeds. Like there's not going to be that many 50 win teams, I don't think.
Uh-huh.
Because when you think about it, in my I got Clippers at 11. Like there's that many good teams. Like where I don't know where anything is going to go.
Dude, the West is freaking stacked, man.
The fact that like I think there's only two bad teams in the West. Like the Jazz and the Trailblazers are the only bad teams. Any of Yeah, no, I just yeah. Back on that note, I just don't think they're as good as the rest of the teams in the league.
I agree. I agree. They suck.
Well, okay, you didn't have to be mean. I think they have good players, but compared to the rest of the league, like just can't touch them.
They're not the worst teams in the league though, because the Nets are the worst
Shout out
team.
Nets, shout out Wizards.
I think the Nets are significantly worse than the Wizards, bro.
Yeah, but like Cam Thomas will win you at least like a couple games.
Willie,
Do you think they're doing
Willie.
that 182 Cooper Flag challenge?
Dude, man, looking at the roster, this team definitely comes the closest to looking like they're doing an IRL 0-82 challenge.
I really don't want Cooper Flag to get stuck in Brooklyn though. That would be horrible.
Yeah.
I would actually Loki, him and Alex Sorry could be a lethal duo.
Dude, him in Washington, it's almost too perfect, bro. The flag in Washington, bro. Come
Yeah,
on. Are you kidding me?
Bilal Koulibaly.
Yeah, and he's awesome too. Yeah, I think the Wizards will be fine, dude.
Anyways, those are award predictions plus a little extra standing predictions in there here and there.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get them right. Hopefully I'm more right than you because I put a lot of faith in my Thunder
We'll revisit these later in the season.
for sure. We'll do an update probably around All Star when there's no nothing else
Yeah,
to talk
yeah.
about.
A reprediction.
Anyways, there's only one way to say it. Cope out.